Selling your life away. Now, according to our next guest, more and more people are selling their life insurance policies for cash right now. A lot of it's because they're scared of the economy and looking for options. With more, let's bring in Scott Page. He is the CEO of Lifeline, of the Lifeline program. Scott, welcome back to the show.
Hi, good morning. It's a pleasure to be here.
You know, Scott, this is one of these things that when people initially hear it, there are some serious emotions on both sides. Some people think that this is just outrageous and that older people should never consider this type of program. And others say, wow, this is something of a godsend, and particularly in a bad economy. Help us out with both sides of the argument.
Yeah, well, I think those that are considering the fear just don't understand it. You know, life settlements have been around for about 25 years and actually provides a great opportunity to take a life insurance policy that most people view as a liability. They pay the premium every year and never actually believe that they can sell that policy for the cash they need today that can help them enjoy their golden years much more.
Okay, but they do believe they will pass away at some point. The original intent, no, because the original intent when you sign up for life insurance and you understand what it's all about, where does it change? What makes me change from the moment I sign up and say I'm willing to pay X amount of money every single month to the point where I say, oh, it's not worth it, I want to cash it in? How does that dynamic change so much?
Absolutely, Charles. Let's face it, life changes. You know, people buy life insurance for a specific reason. The people that are considering selling their policy today no longer need them or want them. You know, they're faced with, they bought the policy to make sure their children could go to college or prepare for a contingency in the event of their death. Now they need to worry about themselves. They're faced with paying this large premium every year, and the only option they have is surrendering it back to the carrier. A life settlement can pay up to 8 to 10 times more than the cash surrender value than simply surrendering it with the carrier. A life settlement also brings with it, as you mentioned, a little bit of emotion. You know, everyone needs to face their own mortality. I think Benjamin Franklin put it best. The only guarantees in life is death and taxes. We're all going to die at some point. Now, granted, we've all been blessed with the new news, which I call the good news, bad news. The good news is we're all going to live a lot longer. The bad news is how we're going to pay for it. Seniors need to start thinking of more, less traditional value. Think outside of the box. Think of things such as, for example, a life settlement or even a reverse mortgage.
Okay.
Scott, Nicole Petalides here. I have a quick question for you. When you're talking about whether people need it or they don't want it, I mean, ultimately, can you just blame the economy and make this similar to IRAs and retirement plans? People are cashing out. It's not that they don't need it or they don't want it. They don't really have a choice, right? I mean, it just becomes, it's almost like pawning your jewelry, dipping into your retirement funds, and selling your life insurance policy.
Well, actually, the demographic for selling policies are leaning towards more the wealthy, healthy individuals. These are people that were their estate planners or their financial planners who are finally recognizing life settlements as an option or looking at their total package and saying, you know what, we have a trust here. This trust is being diminished by paying life insurance premiums for a large policy that you no longer need. Some of the characteristics of our clients, for example, are key man. People who have been working for a company for years, they leave a company, they're given the life insurance policy, and then say, okay, what do I do with it? Opportunity to sell it.
Scott, essentially, it also sounds like what you're saying is that a lot of people are saying, you know what, my kids are going to squander all my hard work. I might as well squander it. Scott, thanks a lot. We appreciate it.
Exactly.
All right, I bet business is good, too. We'll talk to you again soon.